Okay, so the number one request from my teacher girlies and guys is talking. Off-task talking, controlling talking, what to do when talking gets too loud. Okay, so 90% of your solution is going to lie in your routines and procedures you set up at the beginning of the year. So it's all proactive. People always ask about my consequences. I rarely have to use consequences because of my routines and procedures. First, you're gonna need some kind of attention getter. I prefer counting down in my teacher voice from 10 or 5 or 3. I tell them, okay, this is how I'm going to get your attention when you're talking. I want you to wrap up conversations, be silent, eyes on me, hands off whatever you're doing. And then we practice that. I give them silly topics to talk about, and I use my attention getter over and over until they're 100% eyes on me, silent, hands off. And we do it multiple times a day, and I remind them of my expectations until it just becomes a habit. Now, you can use that to get them together when they're too loud, when you need to stop them to redirect or give lesson instructions, whatever. Then you need to teach them to stay on task when they're talking about their learning. When they do their turn and talks, their partner work, their group work, whatever, tell them, okay, when I say the magic word, remember right now, they're silent, they're listening, they're looking, they're hands off. Don't you dare give instructions if a single person is talking or not giving you their full attention. Now, okay, when I say the magic word, I want you to talk about, I don't know, what a decomposer's role in an ecosystem is. I should be hearing words like organism, decay, nutrients, whatever. Just give them some of their vocab words. Maybe I want you to use this sentence starter, give them some direction, some expectations. And then let them know, I'm going to draw a stick or do wheel of names, whatever you use, just as long as the kids know that it's random and it could be anybody. That way all the kids are being held accountable to give a response. Okay, so now your kids know how to talk and you know how to calmly and effectively control it. But then there's talking when they're supposed to be silent. You know, you're shushing, you're fussing, you're nagging, you're giving warning after warning. No, we're not doing that. So what you need to do is you need to think about what parts of your day you want them to be silent, and then write those parts of your day down so that you can come up with some routines and procedures to teach your kids at the beginning of the year. And if you want them to be silent, you have to enforce silent. There's no gray area with kids. They're still learning how boundaries work. My silent parts of my day include when my homeroom's coming to class in the morning during our soft start, their do now time whenever they come to class for their 3 rotations, packing up to switch, lining up, almost all of my transitions, because that's where your problems are usually born with kids. So those are routines for our school day that I explicitly write down on an anchor chart. I teach them, I model it, and we practice. And if they do those routines and they're talking, you guys already know what we do. They get up and they practice. I hope this helps, but let me know what questions you guys still have.